All right, hi again. Welcome back, Attorney Steve Vondran. Okay, so more breaking news here. We have been talking about this college cheating scandal, okay? If you haven't seen our video, we did a video on YouTube. Go ahead and watch that so you can better understand the scheme that went on. So, right now, there's been a complaint that's been filed here in the Northern District of California, up in here in the Bay Area, and that is case number 519-CV 01351. Okay, so here it is. This is a class action complaint. And this is by Erica Olson, plaintiff, and individual, Kalea Woods, an individual. Those are the plaintiffs. You can see who they're suing. This is William Rick Singer, the Key Worldwide Foundation, the Edge College and Career Network, LLC, the Key, he called it. So this is the what we talked about the other day on the video. Go watch the video so you understand what's going on. But I just saw this complaint, so I wanted just to start going through it here. You're going through this the first time with me. Plaintiffs Erica Olson and Kalea Woods, individually and on behalf of others similarly situated. That's the language you have to use if you want a class action. Brings this action based upon personal knowledge as to themselves and their own acts, and as to all other matters upon information and belief. Overview. Let's just get down to it. The class action lawsuit revolves around two fraudulent college admission schemes coordinated between three distinct groups. One, parents whose college age children had insufficient test scores and other credentials to gain admission to highly selective universities, but who nevertheless believed that they could bribe their child's way through the college admissions door. Two, a California con man, William Rick Singer, through the use of a fraudulent admissions monitoring company and a bogus California charitable foundation, they saw an opportunity to enrich themselves to the tunes of millions of dollars through fraud and bribery. And three, individuals involved in the college admission pipeline who were supposed to keep the college admission process honest, including standardized test administrators and representatives of at least 7 highly selective universities who were willing to accept bribes and thereby taint the college admission process. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't hit much harder than that. Again, these are allegations. This is not me taking it as fact. This is just me reading. Obviously, a plaintiff has to plead and prove these allegations, but I mean, this is it. This is what we're talking about. The lawsuits are going to are starting to be filed, and you know, this could turn into the next big Penn State, if you guys remember the big Penn State scandal. So you know, with education becoming so critical and things becoming so competitive in this global world that we live in, I mean, people are willing to do anything. And part of the scheme was getting extra time. So somebody may go to their college, might go to a psychologist and say, "Hey, you know, I'm really having problems here, you know, and I just can't seem to, you know, focus." Oh, okay, well, you have ADD. Now you get an extra day to do your exam. That was part of the scheme. This is going on these days. This case is going to be shedding light and exposing these kinds of practices. I don't know. There needs to be some kind of reforms. There is a valid use to get that extra time, but here you can see the problems being caused by that extra time and students being allowed to go to these special testing centers where, you know, proctors are paid off and things like this. Unbelievable stuff. I'm going to let you kind of look at it here. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything interesting. This is my first look. Here you have a list of some of the parties. I went over that in my video. Just do that, check that out in the video. Let's go over here to allegations common to all counts. Let's go down here to let's see if we can get the actual allegations, and maybe we'll just take a look at that. So I'm having a hard time getting down here. So there we go. Let's see. Let's keep going down. All this is in my video, folks, if you want to save the time. A lot of this stuff is in my video. Go Google Attorney Steve, the high cost of education. You'll get this, you'll learn all about all this stuff that they're talking about. It's complicated reading it. I'm just going to try to get to the, well, let's just take a look here. How about Stanford bribes? In or about the fall of 2017, the Stanford sailing coach agreed to designate the child of one of Singer's clients. Singer was the guy that was running the scheme as a recruit for the Stanford sailing team in exchange for a payment to Stanford Sailing. In support of the student's application, Singer, together with others, created a student athlete profile, a profile that was submitted to Stanford that falsely suggested that this Stanford applicant was a competitive sailor. Not true. In May 2018, after the Stanford applicant deferred his application to Stanford for 1 year, Singer directed a payment of $110,000 from one of the KWF charitable accounts to the Stanford sailing program in exchange for the sailing coach's agreement to designate the Stanford applicant as a sailing recruit in the following year's recruitment cycle. So they were saying he was this sailor guy, okay? I didn't even know Stanford had a sailing team. In or about the summer of 2018, after the Stanford applicant decided to attend a different university, the Stanford sailing coach agreed with Singer to use the same recruiting spot for the child of another one of Singer's clients in exchange for a $500,000 payment to the Stanford sailing program. I mean, can you believe it? If true, if all this is proven, I mean, this is just crazy stuff. So they're letting kids in based on these bribes. Now let's see if we go down here. I want to get to what they're, here we go, class action allegations. Over here, you can see at allegation number 114, plaintiff brings this action on their own behalf pursuant to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 23A and on behalf of the following class. The class is initially identified as follows. So they're trying to create this class action. All individuals who between 2012 and 2018 applied to UCLA, USC, USD, University of San Diego, Stanford University, University of Texas at Austin. At least it could have been the Aggies that they applied for. Go, gig 'em. Wake Forest, Georgetown University, Yale University, paying an admission application fee to one or more of these universities with respect to an admission application that was rejected by the university. Okay, so that's the class that they're trying to put together. Okay, that's a pretty big class, I would say. We'll find out. Count one, Civil RICO. Civil RICO. RICO is the corrupt organization. What do they call it? The Racketeering Act. Okay. Together, the Key and KWF constituted an enterprise as defined in 18 USC. The Key enterprise. So you have to have an enterprise engaging in illegal conduct. Here's some of the subsets of illegal conduct that they're describing relating to mail fraud. Honest services mail fraud. This is something we saw in the criminal allegation that I talked about in my other video. Wire fraud. So I mean, here comes the allegations, folks. Get ready. I mean, this is going to be hitting pretty hard. Count two. What did we have? Count two. California Consumer Legal Remedies Act. This is an interesting one, and I'm going to be doing a video on this month sometime. But this is a great act. This has about 21 different things that if you do any of these things wrong, you can be liable for pay for damages and attorney fees. It's an attorney fee statute in California, so you can get attorney fees. Now, I haven't went through this, but what I know about the Consumer Legal Remedies Act is you have to first send a notice to cure. So I don't know how they're going to get around this. You have to give the wrongdoer an opportunity to cure. If you don't, that could be fatal to the cause of action. So we'll find out here, but they're saying goods or services do not have sponsorship, approval, characteristics, ingredients, uses, benefits, or quantities that they do not have, or that a person has a sponsorship, approval, status, affiliation, or connection that he or she does not have. So what do we have here? Yale's website boasts, this is on Yale's website, number 133, our difficult yet fascinating and rewarding job is to select that class. How do we do it? An applicant's academic strength is our first consideration. We review grades, standardized test scores, and evaluations by a counselor and 2 teachers to determine academic strength. The admissions committee then factors in student qualities such as motivation, curiosity, energy, leadership ability, and distinctive talents. Ultimately, Our goal is to build an extraordinary class of students. If you want to be a part of it, we welcome your application. Blah, 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 to go forth and go on. So they're saying things are not being sold and marketed as advertised. I mean, I'm curious if they made any demand to cure. And so they talk, you can see here about all the different claims. So they're saying all these schools are making claims that now turns out they're not true because they can be bought out. Appears to me to be what the allegations are. Okay, so you can pause the video, review these if you want. I think you get the gist of it. What else? Anything good? Let's see. So they have, let's see. Now, I don't see in their allegations where they talk about the cure letter. There has to be a cure letter, and I don't, so I don't know. I think that may be fatal because they did not offer an opportunity to cure because they didn't know about it. So I'm not sure that one has much weight to it. Count 3 over here at page 25, California Unfair Competition Law 17200. That is more of a equitable statute. That's where you can seek things such as restitution. This may be, from what I understand, some students wanting to get their money back. There are also claims being made by students who want their money back. So it could be that, but it's basically unfair business practices, fraudulent business practices, unfair, deceptive, untrue advertising. So it's a little bit of the same thing. What else? Count 4, university defendants, negligence here on page 27. Negligence. The university defendants could have ensured the integrity of the process by conducting regular audits, instituting security procedures, monitoring its coaches and employees, and other safeguarding procedures. Each of the defendant universities breached that duty and failed to exercise ordinary care that a reasonable, prudent person would exercise, giving free rein to athletic coaches and directors to fill athletic slots however they wanted with inadequate oversight. So negligence is a cause of action that alleges there was a duty. There was a breach of that duty. That breach caused your damages. So that's what they're alleging. We'll see. I think that one will be interesting to ferret out. But that's it. Here you have it. So wherefore, plaintiff prays for judgment in the favor of count 5 for compensatory damages in an amount that's fair and reasonable. That's it, folks. So that gives you a look right there. You're one of the first to actually take a look, courtesy of AttorneySteve.com. But that's a look at the lawsuit. And we'll keep an eye on that, see what happens. If you think you have a claim or you have a unique set of facts that you say, well, look, I want a law firm, civil litigation firm in California or Arizona, the 2 states where we practice. I want a lawyer to look at it. I want to see if I have a case. Give us a call. You can find us on the web at AttorneySteve.com. Again, as I said in my video, I think these cases are going to be tough to prove. I think it's going to be tough to show damages and duties and things like that. But again, it's not to say impossible. If you have a set of facts, let's take a look at it. We're looking for that case that has the facts to stand on its own. Okay. So at any rate, I hope you found this video enjoyable. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. Don't be shy. Some of you guys are stingy with your thumbs up. Just punch that button. That helps out with my rankings, helps get me found, things like that. Or put some comments down below. What do you like about the video? What do you don't like? Tell me something about your college experience or whatever. Just join in the conversation. We're happy to have you. I try to get back to as many emails and posts as I can. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed. And if you need more information, AttorneySteve.com. That's AttorneySteve.com, the first name in legal services. I got to run. I got tons to do. Have a great day. Bye now.